Is this rake man having a laugh, or what's this?
It's a combine driver having a laugh, that's what that is.
Right, nice to see it. Rake man didn't just straighten that up for you.
He's keen, isn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome along to another instalment in our Kuhn Baler mini-series. Throughout this series, we shall be delving deep into the world of Kuhn balers, charting their journey all the way from factory to customers. In this episode, we are out in Cheshire today with Grosvenor Farms, and to get their opinion on a Kuhn SB 1290 ID twin-packed large square baler, we are joined by operator Mr. Dan James. So Dan, before we dive into the baler, just give us a bit of a flavour of Grosvenor Farms and kind of what you do and what you're all about.
Well, it's 6,000 acre farm and milking 2,500 cows. And then we've got the arable side as well, which sort of works alongside the dairy. All the barley is milled on the farm for the young stock and the cattle, and then the straw is fed in the ration, and we grow about 430 hectares of wheat, 230-ish of obviously rape, and about 220 of barley. There's 500 hectares of maize as well. That's all for the dairy side. So yeah, there's a bit of all sorts going on really.
Cool stuff. Right, on to this baler then. So this Kuhn baler, like I said, the SB 1290 ID, how long have you been running this particular model?
This one's new to us this season. I think it was Kuhn's demonstrator last year, and then we've had it this year.
So how's it gone so far?
So far it's been good, yeah.
Yeah? And how many bales would you say you've done with it up until now?
We haven't probably done as many as last year because with it being so wet, we've chopped quite a few of the headlands on the wheat just to make it easier, and they chopped all the rape straw as well. Yeah. Just for the sake of trying to get on and get ground worked and muck spread and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. It's definitely been a bit of a challenge for everybody in 2023, hasn't it?
I mean, we've got a nice break in the weather now, and we can just try and get this last of the week done and be into the maize then.
Well, that's it. Summer's turned up in September.
Yeah.
And then having, all those challenges of the weather, how's the sort of baler cope with all that as well?
Yeah, the baler's been good. We do try and make every effort to get the straw as dry as we can, and the baler's been good. And
do you run any other balers as well at all, whether that be square or round?
Yeah, we've got another square baler, New Holland 1290. This is sort of replaced. It's still there. It does a bit. That if we do any haylage and things like that one goes and does that.
And this Kuhn baler that you've got, is it mainly just dry crops that you bale with it? You don't do any silage or haylage or anything like that?
No, they're doing a bit of haylage this year just because we've ended up with quite a bit of grass in the pits. So we'll just do a few haylage bales, but like I say, the New Holland will do that because it's got the knife, whereas this one's the non-crop cutter. So
right. So this is just a straight feed?
Yeah.
And is this the first Kuhn baler that you've had before?
Yes. Yeah. We've up until, well, as long as I've been here, it's always been New Holland.
Right.
And then they demoed one last year and got on with it well, so.
Must have impressed.
Yeah.
And what was it about the Kuhn baler that attracted you to it in the first place?
I think the consistency of the bale shape's a lot better than the other balers we've had, and that it feeds well. And yeah, I think that sort of impressed. And
so that good bale shape that you mentioned, what would you sort of put that down to with this baler?
I think the twin plunger makes a difference, and I think the balers before were sort of HD balers. I mean, we're not going mental with bale weights because obviously they're being used for the stock farms and their sort of handling capacity isn't quite much as they've got smaller machines, so we don't want to
you want
a bale.
A sensible sort of weight in bale.
Yeah, we're not trying to break any records.
And what sort of weights are you getting out of it?
I think we're around 450, 480.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they're happy with that, so that's obviously.
But like say, if you wanted to, you do have a little bit in reserve.
I think you could go, could go get a denser bale if you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, sort of 550 mark or something like that.
I just think it just doesn't quite suit the system going too heavy.
Yeah. And how do you rate that the twin plunger in this? Do you think it does make a big difference to the bale?
I think so. I think it makes it a bit smoother in the tractor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like having a kind of like a double knock rather than that big thump.
I mean, you can still feel it. It's obviously not. You know you're on a baler when it's going, but it's not like the others. They do rock you quite a bit.
Yeah. Do you think that twin plunger helps sort of even out the flake as well? So like you can't, because I think the bottom one hits it first. I think. Which will probably force a little bit up to the top before the top one hits it.
Yeah, because it evens it out more than with the one plunger. It just has to push up whatever it's been chucked up to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then just starting at the front of the baler, I mean, you talked a little bit about sort of crop flow before. What's that been like especially over this tricky season as well, going from different crops to different crops? And
no, it's been a bit. At the moment we've got another combine helping us out, and you can tell the difference between the two combines with how it's thrashed the straw.
And how does this cope with the two different combines in front and having two sort of different swaths to deal with, you might say?
No, it's coped with them well. It seems like it's a bit of quite a light crop, and you try to have too much forward speed, it will just flick it in front a bit, but I think that's just trying to be a bit keen.
It's just you getting greedy,
yeah.
But overall, crop flow's pretty decent.
Crop flow's been good, and there's no shear box on it. It's just the dog clutches, and if you do get a bit of a lump, it just stops and you can let it take itself through, and it's good. Right.
So you just sort of back the revs off and let it grab, and
back the revs off, and it'll wind down, and then all of a sudden it just takes it through. It's been good.
Just good.
The powered feed, that's good. Yeah, it seems to take the stuff in. Once you know it's got to that power feed, it's sort of just gone.
Yeah, once it gets there, that's it. It's in.
Yeah, you just have to watch sometimes with the rotor in front. If you get a bit of a lump, it might build up a bit there, but it'll take it through.
Right.
The thing is, these are like 40-foot combine swaths, so there is a fair bit of straw there.
And what sort of combines are we running behind today?
So we've got Class Lexion, that's ours with a 40-foot header, and then there's another combine that's just come to help out at the end. So
you've got a John Deere, what we got, 7310R on the front of this, so you've got a fair bit of power on the front.
Yeah.
Is it a power hungry baler? Do you necessarily need all that power for this baler?
You probably could. I mean, the book says